My first thoughts when I heard about Yreka? Well, I guess to be PC about it, I was like, where the hell is Yreka?
My initial thoughts when I heard about Yreka was it's a lot further than any other project in McCarthy that I knew about currently.
My first thoughts were, where is Yreka?
Obviously the remoteness.
Didn't even know how to spell it. Apparently it's just a little Y then Reka.
I thought, wow, it's a hell of a long way from home.
I thought it's real close to some property that I bought up in McLeod, and that I could probably get a bunch of work done on my property while I'm up there for 2 years doing the project. And I've got exactly this much done on my property because the project has been a pretty good challenge.
My name is Tyler Firebaugh. I'm a project engineer. I started with McCarthy 3 months ago, and this is my first project.
My name is James Ward, and I'm the intern on the Yreka Courthouse project.
Hi, I'm John Watson. I'm on the MEP team here at Yreka Superior Courthouse, California.
Josh Gilmore, I am the project superintendent.
And my name is Coley Mattosh, and I'm an assistant superintendent.
My name's Hunter Ryan. I'm an assistant project manager, and I've been on this project since December 2019.
Okay, I'm Carrie and I'm the project administrator.
My name is Jordan Masters, project engineer with McCarthy. Been working on the Yreka Courthouse project since February of 2019.
My name is Miles Murphy. I'm the project manager.
Yeah, so I honestly had no idea where this was. The furthest north I've been in California has been like Ukiah. But I was excited to, come here and try something new.
Heard really good things about the team that was gonna be up here.
Yeah, so I think the kind of first thing that stands out to me is the team.
I think the biggest challenge is, I think it's been, I don't think people realize, subcontractors especially realize how far away they were. Every pre-install that we've had up here, wow, it's a ways up here. And I think that it was a big eye-opening that people came up here and it became where they actually are in relation to like supplies. I mean, you got Medford, which is an hour, Reading, which is an hour and a half, and so any local distribution center you're not gonna be able to get to.
What I do on this project is certified payroll. It's a public works project. I do all invoicing, onboarding, entering in applications for payment, and a ton of other things.
So for this project, I'm managing the MEPF trades. I'm also managing data in our security subcontractor, our audiovisual subcontractor, and then our elevator subcontractor.
When I started out, I came on and took over a lot of the finishes, as well as the site work and site concrete and stuff like that. So it's pretty busy, and then we had a team member move off of this project, and I ended up taking over his subcontractors. So I think I'm at a total of 14 now, so I kind of have my hand in a lot of different things: interior finishes, exterior concrete.
So my scope on this project, right now I'm managing casework, managing framing, drywall, managing ceilings, flooring, tiling, and that's just to name a few of those.
I am the project superintendent. My role is to run the field primarily and to help out where I can in the trailer, and then to mentor everybody that I can as far as I can. Try to keep the project going smooth and on schedule and under budget.
My role is to make Josh's day as easy as possible.
Great job.
No, but help coordinate stuff in the field, like Josh said. I've also taken on a pretty big role in the scheduling aspect, updating the schedule. We do our weekly updates with Josh, and then we do our monthly update with Gibby, and so working through that stuff. And then obviously safety is a huge thing that Josh and I both have a hand in with John, walking around and just making sure everybody's abiding by not only our standards but OSHA standards as well.
Well, basically, if it moves electrons, people, water, or gas, we touch it, right? Which is 70% of the scope out here. Some of the biggest challenges have been the elevator with the architect and their build and code, and understanding the code. So we've really had to coach them through on how to get that code compliant. That's been a big challenge and a big delay for us, really.
My responsibilities, I guess first and foremost, an internship, my first responsibility is to just soak everything in. So learn as much as I can and shadow as many people as I can. My project manager at the beginning of the job, Miles, told me if I get anything out of this job, it's try to get all the lingo down and just try to understand as much as I can. So I've been able to do that, and other responsibilities include just doing whatever paperwork that needs to be done, going on the drawings, putting pins on the map for a punch list, and just kind of helping out, making maps of everything, and yeah, just whatever my team needs.
When was this project was supposed to start in 2014, 2015?
Yeah, somewhere around then. I think 2014.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of knew it. I mean, it started up with a whole different team, and so then taking this thing back over after a whole team has already kind of gone through the pre-con process of it was, getting our heads wrapped around where they were and where they had kind of where everything stood, and then kind of picking it up where they left off was something that is pretty interesting and unique, and I don't know if a challenge is the right word, but it was definitely something that was challenging to begin with.
One of the most interesting things about this project, I think, is our PLC system. So that's our Programmable Logistics Controller. So that is pretty much controls our detention monitoring and controls. So from like a centralized workstation, a sheriff can control the movement of any our in custody defendants throughout the building. So they can open and close our sally port doors. They can call the elevators and pretty much send them to the different floors. So it's kind of cool trying to coordinate all the different trades that it touches throughout the building and getting it to work from a centralized location.
In the courtrooms, we have, of course, the judges area, we have the clerks area, and then there's the attorney and witness. So there's going to be large benches around each of those. It's fully integrated with, bulletproofing. There's a large seal wall behind the judge, so that will be going up to a turret ceiling that we have above that area. So that is going to be a big piece of the courtrooms. There's going to be 2 flags that are hanging off that section, and then we have obviously all the jury areas. We have the raised seating for that. We have spectator rails that go around each of those areas, and we have the pew seating, which will be for all the spectators in the courtrooms.
since this is kind of like pretty fast-paced project, communication is very key. Making sure that our team is communicating internally as well as communicating with the subcontractors to make sure that we can hit our dates and where we're trying to go. That's been something kind of positive, is our communication is communicating between all the different trade partners and ourselves, making sure everybody's staying on track and heading in the right direction.
I mean, kind of what some of the subs, not only the batch plant, but some of the vendors and subs, we are probably this job's gonna be one of the only times we work with them. So we don't have our reputation and kind of that continuation of work to kind of leverage and use the kind of this relationship. And so a lot of people didn't kind of have the respect to kind of, I mean, our batch plant especially, they just, I mean, hunting season for one time, we missed like a week because they were going hunting.
The last day of hunting season was on
Friday.
It was a Friday?
Yeah.
So we didn't get mud the entire week because the last day of hunting was on Friday. So they all took off Saturday the week before and they were hunting until Friday.
Yeah.
Everyone.
And it was non-negotiable.
Yeah.
And that was it.
They just said we're not showing up.
It was,
Oh yeah. And
they knew that
Colby
happened.
had a chuckle. Colby had a chuckle
laughed.
at that.
I laughed.
And they took such offense to it.
That was a joke. They're like, we can't give you more because we're hunting. And I was like, this is a joke, right?
And man, yeah. And they've hated Colby forever. since that.
For me, the most interesting aspect is probably just the effort it takes to find solutions to problems that come up. So that's one of the big things for me. The most interesting is trying to figure out problems, which is cool for me as an engineer to get to do that every day.
Like I mentioned, this is a hell of a long way from any office that McCarthy has. And between the new employees who we got, who've moved up here to work up here, and those of us who are coming from the Bay Area or Sacramento or Portland and commuting 4 hours each way every week and then going back home and living their normal lives. I think the whole team's commitment to doing that and keeping a good attitude throughout that is a pretty unique thing.
One other thing that's kind of been, unique for me and probably for Josh is the weather patterns. You'll get, you're from here, but in November it'll snow one day, 8 inches, and then it'll be 60 degrees the next, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody being from out of town and trying to get home and being surrounded by 2 passes, the coordination effort it's very tough in the winter because we don't want people to get stuck in Yreka and be with their families on Thanksgiving or it's Christmas and stuff like that. And so working through that, and me and Josh checking the weather, it has to be hourly. With the way the storms happen around here, and making sure that we're allowing these guys to get out of town in a safe manner and get home to their families. We're approaching winter again, so it's going to be another fun experience.
What are we in, like a 30 mile valley, high valley, right? We're in like a
High desert.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in a 30-mile stretch of high desert that at some points early last year that it was bright and sunny and warm, 60 degrees up here, and both passes, the Siskiyou Pass and the one coming over Mount Ashland, were both closed, and there was no traffic on the freeway at all. And there was at least 1.5 miles of semi-trucks lined from just outside Yreka all the way up to a rest stop, just parked on the side of the road sleeping.
Yeah.
2 lanes deep. It's just stuff you never see anywhere else. Yeah.
Something interesting is that we have a propane yard. We're not fed off kind of natural gas. Since Yreka's in such a remote area, pretty much all the buildings around this area are heated off propane. Propane yard was kind of added late into the project, so we had to engage our mechanical trade partner to provide a design-build propane yard to pretty much feed our boilers. This is something a little bit different since the remoteness of the job. But yeah, it's been a cool challenge to work through.
Well, the unique thing for me on this job would be the detention portion of it. So there's jails down in the basement. That's all new to me. So learning how all that works has been interesting. Lots of controls that I'm not used to. Having a sally port, I've never built a sally port, right? Not that it's complicated or anything, but it's a secured area, right? With all the detention and the separation of occupancies because of the prisoners has been new.
Doing the Mass X, we found, an old foundation was out there that was super deep that no one knew was there, an old basement that was over by the sheriff's department.
How the mining shafts kind of early on, there was all the mapping of the mining shafts that went on and kind of digging through that, and the geotech report kind of saying, hey, we think this is where they are. And so there was some risk associated with that. And so getting through all that and the tiebacks, when we were drilling our tiebacks and pumping those full of grout, hitting some voids.
Yeah, hitting voids that took 50 yards of stuff that probably was some remnant of a mine shaft that the owner just told us to keep on filling it, just keep on going.
Weird clay, some weird
blue clay I've never seen before in my life. It actually looked like food coloring, like someone dumped food coloring 45 feet down the ground, and it was just pumping out blue clay. It was super cool. I mean, even just last week we ripped up the parking lot out here. We found what looks to be like an old well, like an old brick laid well in a 3-foot circle that is halfway filled, but there's like 6 foot from grade right now down to the top of the dirt in the well that you can see clearly that it was an old well. Pretty cool stuff.
All right, last question. Does it ever bother you when people say bad things about Yreka?
Most of the time, if someone says bad things about this area, it's probably because they haven't experienced it very much. Even the people that are from here, they say they hate it here. They usually aren't a very outdoors person. They think it's just a boring area. But I mean, there is nothing to do if you don't like being outside. But if you like to go out and just kind of hike around, go fish, go kayak, there's a lot of stuff to do. So when someone says that, I don't get too mad. I just know that they haven't experienced it really.
Things I like to do for fun outside of work. So I'm a big rock climber, so I like to rock climb. So I've been rock climbing like crazy up here, just like around Medford and Ashland. And there's like a local small gym during the week. And then I love camping and backpacking. So like Trinity Alps are awesome to go to. Russian wilderness.
We've done a lot of rafting. One time, or a few times last summer, we took the entire concrete crew rafting up here on the Klamath River. It was about just 20 minutes away, so it was an easy trip after work.
Yeah, I mean, we play basketball. I'm gonna go rock climbing with Hunter sooner or later. We go kayaking down the Klamath River. I mean, anything to do outside is really all about there is to do up here.
Rafting. This summer, not so much, obviously, from COVID.
Well, I've been doing some mountain biking. There's a lot of nature around here and a lot of hiking trails.
Sleeping. I do a lot of sleeping.
Yeah.
I can wash my car really fast now.
Golfing, we have a beautiful course at Chastina. It's right at the base of Mount Shasta, so you have a beautiful view the whole time you're golfing.
We go golf.
Well, the outdoor life is very nice out here. It's a beautiful part of the country. I haven't been up this far in California.
Was 5 feet away from a huge black bear. Didn't know was there.
Have a pet, buck that I walk out my front door every morning and we kind of have this interaction of, is he gonna charge me or not?
And the fishing's been great. I learned how to fly fish up here. I'd never fly fished before, and now I've been several times. I feel like an old pro. I got all kinds of gear.
Trying to learn how to fish. A lot of fishermen on this job.
We like to go fishing.
We go fishing.
We do a lot of fishing together.
Learned how to fish.
Hunting, fishing, and well, a lot of fishing.
Lazy yellow moon coming up tonight, shining through the trees. Crickets are
All right, it's Thursday, 6 o'clock. This is what we do after work. Come on.
Baby, get ready. Across the field where the creek turns back by the old stone road, I'm gonna take you to a special place that nobody knows. Baby,
That looks like a whopper right there.
Oh yeah.
you and me going fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river in the full moonlight, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night, just moving slow. Staying the whole night through, it feels so good to be with you. Spring is almost over and the summer's coming, the days are getting long. I waited all winter for the time to be right, just to take you along. Baby, get ready. And it don't matter if we sit forever and the fish don't bite. We'll jump in a river and cool ourselves from the heat of the night. Baby, get ready. Ooh, you and me going fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting the stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river in the full moonlight, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night.
Other than the end of the job, what are you most looking forward to from here on out?
Oh man, you took what I was most looking forward to. Most looking forward to. I'm most looking forward to seeing my wife every night that I come home from work.
I'm single, so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to this building being done. I'm looking forward to the next project, and I'm looking forward to hopefully a lasting, good relationship with the JCC that'll carry forward to our future projects.
I guess what I'm most looking forward to would be setting my dating apps probably back within 5 miles instead of the 100-mile radius I got out here in Yreka. So.
One of the things that we keep hearing from the owner is we like to compare ourselves to the Yreka Courthouse project, which started around the same time as this one. And they seem to have a lot of issues down there in Reading. That's a project Sunt is building. And I don't know where they're at. I haven't driven by that project in a while, but we were skinning our building before they'd even finished their structural steel. And both of the projects started at the same time.
Dealing with a new team of not only of engineers on McCarthy's side, but through AECom, we've dealt with turnover with them, turnover with kind of the architects and the engineers and stuff like that, and kind of getting to where we are at this point in the job and still seeing where we're like the light at the end of the tunnel, that we are on track. I take pride in that, and what we've had to work through to get here is kind of my big thing.
We've built a trust with the owner that it's like palpable. When we talk and within earshot of the owner, they listen. So I think that's what I'm most proud of, when we built a relationship up here with with the owner and the CM team that we're all a really good working group, and we got a lot of mutual respect.